Hi there, this is Abhishek and Niranjan joins me as we bring to you today's edition of 2024. Which way today? Essentially your go-to show for understanding which way the wind is blowing so that you get to decide for yourself. How's the mandate going to be like? Niranjan.
Abhishek, in Bengal, we were all surprised by the verdict. It's going to have huge implication on the election.
Yes.
Minutes after the order became the biggest talking point. Mamata, in fact, responded within a few minutes, followed by the Home Minister, followed by the Prime Minister. It's become the biggest talking point across the country this evening. Let's look at the three subjects this evening. OBC certificates. Imagine a state where all OBC certificates given under the Trinamool rule have now been cancelled, scrapped. 5 lakh people affected. What's the fallout of that? And Himanta's there. Himanta Biswa Sarma not giving up, saying Hindu premis should stand up. He's actually said, will the real Hindu premi please stand up, Abhishek? Yeah. And in Punjab, big story, Abhishek, you want to talk about that?
Okay, the Punjab story is equally clear insofar as Congress' position this election is concerned, which is about looking at divides in the country. So it began with North-South divide, Niranjan, and now we are looking at Punjabi and non-Punjabi divide, where the Congress candidate has said, if you are a non-Punjabi, you can come work in Punjab, but not Sheriff. That's our story number 3.
What happened to Mohammed ka dukaan, I wonder. But let's take a look at the first story in great detail, the OBC certificate cancellation. 2011 to 2024, OBC certificates given have been cancelled in Bengal. 5 lakh people will be directly affected as an impact of this. The High Court has gone on to scrap the OBC certificates. Bengal OBC list. Does it amount to what the Prime Minister has been saying all along? And we have Abhishek Sudhir also in our studios. Mamata Banerjee says it's BJP's move, BJP's conspiracy. So she has, for the first time, no, maybe not the first time, but she has, for the first time, been as this direct, saying that BJP has fixed the judiciary. That is Mamata Banerjee saying it, ladies and gentlemen, very serious allegation. Mamata has said it is the BJP conspiracy to get the High Court to give a verdict, which means she said the BJP has fixed the judiciary. Abhishek.
Yes, and is she defensive or is she frustrated? Abhishek Sudhir, your first comment, quick.
Well, the order has just come out today. My understanding of the order is this, that all OBC certificates before 2010 are valid. Anybody who has passed any exams, got any posts post 2010 on the basis of OBC certificate, their jobs or their postings are not affected. So basically, those certificates are no longer valid for people who don't hold any government position. Yeah, it is of course a setback, but you know, there was the teacher recruitment case also.
Setback in what sense?
It is a setback because now, again, we have to go back to the drawing board. There's a 1993 Act, West Bengal Backward Commissions Act.
Yes.
And Calcutta High Court is basically saying that the classification is not in accordance with that Act. See, the fundamental problem, I'll be very bipartisan on this, is whether you oppose a caste census or not, if you're having a reservation, caste census will help you identify who are the OBCs.
Are you being bipartisan?
Because
are you being bipartisan because you are caught in this?
No.
Because remember last year, Mamata sent a list to the center, said these should be declared OBCs in Bengal. 83 communities, 83 castes. 73 were Muslims.
Abhishek,
tell me something.
So obviously there is appeasement politics.
Can I just add a small point? Abhishek, can I add a small point? The Prime Minister has been saying all along that they will take your quota, that is OBC quota, and give it to Muslims, right? This is what he's been saying during the election campaign, Abhishek. They will take your OBC quota and give it to Muslims. And you know what the Calcutta High Court has said? The Calcutta High Court has said that religion was used in a very discriminative manner. The court has said in its order that the government of Bengal was wrong and they violated constitutional norms. The Prime Minister, while speaking to Republic, also said that Muslim quota, if it comes in, will be the last nail in the coffin of the constitution, because
is that why you're being bipartisan, Abhishek?
Gujarat has 23 Muslim subcastes in the OBC list.
Yeah.
That has never been challenged, for example. That has never been challenged. See, what is the fundamental reason for reservation? Caste discrimination. Now, the RSS's argument has been, when you convert from Hinduism, Prime Minister and they all say there is no caste system. But at the same time, Prime Minister says Pasmanda outreach. You remember the Pasmanda outreach. So Prime Minister is acknowledging that even in Muslims, Hindu Dalits who become, Dalit Hindus become Dalit Muslims, the discrimination continues. You have Nadars, for example, you have Christian Nadars, Hindu Nadars. So conversion does not do away with the fact that discrimination continues to exist. So the Prime Minister himself is saying Pasmandas are discriminated.
You are crossing over to the conversion debate then. Why convert?
Not crossing over. See, I'm telling you, the confusion
No,
is...
you can't. You have your cake and eat it too.
No, I'll explain the constitutional position. There is only one ground for backwardness, okay? That is educational and social backwardness, basically.
Then?
Not economical backwardness is now come under EWS, okay? But are you socially and educationally backward, okay? Now, the question is, how do you determine someone is socially and educationally backward if you don't do a caste census? You need the data.
You are tying yourself into knots.
No,
you
no,
have
I'm
jumped
not.
from the OBC issue to the conversion debate.
See,
and
the
then come back to
problem
the caste
is, why is
census.
Calcutta scrapped the OBC list? They are saying that you have not classified OBCs in accordance with the 1993
No,
Act.
they're saying religion was used as a criteria to determine who's an OBC,
There
which
is
is
a
wrong.
problem.
But religion is used as a criteria in Gujarat too. It is used in Uttar Pradesh.
Just four subcastes.
There's a difference.
23.
There are four.
20, and Madhya Pradesh has more than that.
There's a difference between putting the marginalized Muslim castes into the OBC list than putting en masse all the
Out of
different...
83, 73.
Yeah.
En masse is not...
90% of the Muslim community in Bengal is covered in the OBCs.
See, that is... If that is...
Then
that is
why
what I'm
convert?
saying.
Come back to the Hindu fold.
No, that is what I'm trying to say. There is no bar, there is no religious bar when it comes to social and educational backwardness. The religious bar comes when you are going to en masse give Muslims reservations.
Which is happening in the case
Where
of
is it
Bengal.
happening?
I said 83
Gujarat it's
lists.
happening.
Forget about
Madhya Pradesh it's
Gujarat.
happening.
Forget about Gujarat. 83 lists said 73 are Muslims. And in Gujarat, 90% of the Muslim community is not backward, by the way. In Bengal, it is.
23 subcastes.
Number,
Prime
don't go by,
Minister
go
Modi's
by
caste
absolute
itself is
numbers.
there.
Now-
Go by
now-
absolute numbers. 90% Muslims in Bengal.
Abhishek and Abhishek.
Backwards.
Abhishek and Abhishek, 2024, which way today? Is this going to have an impact in Bengal? Is this going to have an impact on...
Look, honestly, right now with Bengal, the BJP voter in Bengal has made up his mind. It's a very polarized election. If by today's May 22nd, if on May 22nd, 2024, if you have decided to not vote for the BJP, this OBC judgment is not going to make a difference. It's as simple as that.
But does this vindicate the BJP and what the Prime Minister has been saying in all his rallies?
It doesn't vindicate the BJP.
Of course it vindicates. It's a scathing order of the High Court.
In his own state of Gujarat, Muslims have been classified as backward.
Like I said, it's not all the subcastes of Muslims.
See,
it's
again,
not all the subcastes.
Niranjan, the basic problem is how do we classify somebody as socially and educationally backward? You have to do a caste census, otherwise scrap reservations. But without a caste census, you can't classify people as OBC. Fundamental problem is Prime Minister's own caste is an OBC caste in Gujarat, but the Muslims of his caste also get reservation in Gujarat. The Ghachi Muslims get reservation. The Teli Muslims, Prime Minister's caste in UP get reservation. So you have to have a caste census. Let us find out who is backward, who is not. That is the main thing. Now, Yadavs are backward, for example, but Yadavs are a very powerful caste. So non-Yadav OBCs in Uttar Pradesh have a big gripe against Yadavs. I'm being bipartisan. Because non-Yadav OBCs are going with BJP because they feel Yadavs are cornering the reservation pie. Basically, you have to have an OBC classification, you have to have an MBC. In OBC itself, we have most backward also now, like Rajbar, OP Rajbar.
But we can't have it on the grounds of religion.
We can't. We have to have, but we don't have
Conceded.
it.
No, but,
We can move on.
yeah,
He conceded.
No,
But
but
it's on the ground of social and educational backward.
Abhishek, can I get your view on this? Because the Prime Minister has been saying it in almost... I can't remember a speech where he hasn't mentioned Muslim quota, OBC, appeasement, right? Now that this has happened, the High Court order is scathing, right? And we'll put out the full details. Arnab is also debating it later today. Mamata's first response, she says it's BJP's conspiracy. Now she has obviously attacked a judge. And she says the judge was in the news in the past as well. So she's taken a sitting judge head on.
But
what next? I mean, how do you see this
So
playing out?
Mamata has not done it for the first time so far. What next? She has already announced they'll go to the Supreme Court, but Niranjan. Let's not make a mistake. Prime Minister has really set the agenda on this.
Yes.
And he has, when was the last time? For example, in the last 1 week or in last 10 days, have you heard Rahul Gandhi talk about X-ray MRI?
Yeah.
It's almost gone.
Yeah.
Similarly,
Slow down, it's slowed down.
when was the last time you heard Rahul Gandhi talk about Adani?
One thing I'll say about the
It's
judges.
almost gone. So in a way, the Prime
Calcutta
Minister...
High Court judges are, we have the latest judge who has been barred from campaigning. They're making nasty
He's not a
remarks.
judge, he's a BJP candidate.
Now he's a BJP candidate.
BJP candidate.
But he was a judge 1 month ago. They are making nasty remarks. There was a judge on the Calcutta High Court who retired yesterday who
Even
said, now I
Supreme
will
Court-
go back to RSS. You saw that
Even
also.
Supreme Court judges
After
make nasty
retirement, he
remarks.
can-
After retirement, he
Even
can.
Supreme
The
Court
problem
judges make
is
nasty remarks.
The judges are revealing their political ideologies from the bench.
Abhishek,
That is very concerning.
Abhishek, even Supreme Court judges make very nasty remarks.
No. So why not? Every judge has an ideology.
And you can't say that
But
they're
we
politically
need-
aligned.
You've been jumping from one debate to another. So the latest debate that you are starting is whether this disclosure is good or bad. I think it's good.
Which disclosure? Are you talking
Disclosure of your ideological position. I think it's good,
about?
right?
You don't want to become like the US Supreme Court, na? Where abortion, how it's going to be decided because of on the judge.
Everyone wants
show
a
me
US,
the judge. I will
everyone
show you the
wants
judgment.
everyone wants a US visa, but you don't want to.
Yeah,
be
it shouldn't be a situation where it is show me the judge, I'll show you the judgment. It shouldn't be like that. They should put aside their ideological bias.
Is it getting that obvious now?
It is. Come on, BJP candidate. He's become
Well,
a BJP candidate.
But then
You'll be
it's becoming
shocked.
obvious on the other side.
And
also.
you'll be shocked how many people feel the same about the Supreme Court as well. It's a debate. It's a debate. I don't think we can
The
shy.
Supreme Court judges are being attacked by BJP supporters ever since Kejriwal got interim bail. So problem with the judges is whoever they favor, the person they don't favor will attack them as biased. Unfortunately, that is a job.
That's a bipartisan comment to
Okay,
make on that.
so we
but
look at the
can
next
move on.
subject in
Yes.
detail. Okay, let's
So
look at
the next one is Himanta,
Abhishek.
the Assam chief minister who is campaigning in Bengal after having completed all the campaign in Assam because the election is over there, and he has dared Rahul Gandhi, friends. He has dared Rahul Gandhi to come clean on the Muslim quota comment in the light of the 2010 video, Abhishek. So if you look at it, his dare, is there a suggestion that the BJP sort of has checkmated? That's one
Can I
aspect.
just say something?
Checkmated Rahul Gandhi because the Congress is sort of silent since the video has come. It's been about 3 days, by the way. Also, is this silence of the Congress more like ducking for cover? That's what we're discussing.
See, one thing I'll say about Himanta. He has become quite rabid. Let's be honest. His
What's
statements-
rabid about asking Rahul Gandhi to
the-
explain?
No, the statements he's made today in the morning, if you see,
What?
that we will shut down madrasas and these mullah factories.
What's rabid about shutting down madrasas?
See, Uttar Pradesh is funding madrasas, the state government. Madrasa grants have increased every year since Yogi Adityanath has been in power. See, either you provide education to the Muslim youth or in the madrasas. Otherwise, you then stop funding the madrasas.
I think he's
Uttar
taken a very
Pradesh-
clear position.
He's-
That madrasas, he's taken a very
There's a
clear
larger
position.
point,
And
Abhi.
he's talking as Assam chief minister.
He's even identified good madrasas, bad madrasas.
So he's taking this position as a...
What is a good madrasa?
No, listen.
Bad madrasa.
I tell you what. He did that.
He did that.
He mentioned that. He mentioned that in our Republic Summit also. He's talking as Assam chief minister. He has gone after madrasas.
He's not talking as Assam chief minister. He's someone who wants to be prime minister. Put
No,
it that
no,
way.
okay.
He's
Assam
setting
chief
the ground.
minister.
See, Himanta is trying to.
It's the
appear-
opposition which has been looking for a prime minister for the BJP.
No,
From Yogi to Amit Shah to Himanta now. They have a prime minister. While you don't have a prime minister, you don't have a prime minister candidate. But you don't want to zero down on a prime
It's
minister.
good to know.
One second.
It's
Two
good to know
against
that
one,
the
you will
BJP
let
has
me
so
speak.
many. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
One second, you let me speak.
You admit BJP has
Prime
so
Minister
many.
says, मैं हिंदू मुस्लिम कभी नहीं करूंगा. जिस दिन मैं हिंदू मुस्लिम करूंगा, oh my God, that's the day I'm done with politics, he says.
Yeah.
Then you have Himanta making open, and even in your summit, he made some very distasteful comments.
Tell me,
and
give
your
example.
editor Arnab was like, Himanta da, you shouldn't be saying this. He said it clearly to him that.
But he owned it up.
Huh.
He owned it up, right?
Huh.
And I remember the remark.
Yeah.
And let's
come back to the comment.
Comment, yeah. So
See, Himanta is a very divisive figure, and he knows that in Assam, he needs to rally his base. And in Assam, this works. So Himanta is adopting this strategy, but it won't work nationally. So if Himanta has national ambitions, he should tone down the
What about
anti-Muslim
Bengal?
rhetoric. No, in Bengal,
almost similar.
yeah. So
Composition.
see, Mamata has to protect her turf. This time,
Another concession.
yes.
Another concession,
course.
Abhishek Sudhir.
Mamata
Then
has
Mamata
to-
is on the defensive.
she has to protect her turf. See, so what? I mean, wooing Muslims is not a crime. They are also citizens. Simple point. They're also our citizens.
No, but you can't abuse the majority for that,
No, but-
which Mamata has been doing.
Where has she abused the majority?
Look at what
Come
she's done
on,
the last
come
3 days.
on,
Ramakrishna
come
Mission,
on,
ISKCON,
come
Bharat
on.
Sevashram
But
Sangh.
don't you see more and more godmen in politics today? Does that not concern you?
Oh, we remember Chandra Swami.
Oh, let me tell you.
Religion is being weaponized.
Abhishek, one second. Let me tell a story to Abhishek and Abhishek. In Karnataka, when the Congress won the elections, you had a minister. This minister, he goes to Rajasthan to campaign during the Rajasthan elections. His name is Zamir Ahmed. You know what he says in Rajasthan? ये देखा हमने तो कमाल कर दिया कर्नाटका में. And he's addressing a Muslim crowd gathering. He says हमने तो कमाल कर दिया. आपको पता है. And he didn't expect anybody to shoot that video. It's a raw footage shot on a mobile phone.
Yeah.
He says during the Karnataka elections, we went to, in every constituency, we went to every mosque, rallied every Muslim vote so that we would get that vote to have that absolute, you know, if there is, well, one second. No, one second.
Does the same.
No, he does not. No, he
goes to every mandir.
No. There's a difference. No. Everybody goes to the mandir. Everybody goes to the mandir.
Rahul Gandhi also.
Everybody goes
What is wrong in mobilizing the Muslim vote? I don't think that's a criminal offense. The same way Modi mobilizes the Hindu.
It's called appeasement, man. Then you should
It's not appeasement.
No, it is appeasement.
No, it is not
It is
appeasement.
appeasement.
Communal.
Then you have
Okay. It's
then
not
you have
communal
Muslims.
also,
See, then you'll be obligated.
Hindus.
Then you'll be obligated.
Modi appeasing
It's
Hindus.
not communal
Then you'll be
also, right?
obligated to give Muslim quota. You'll be obligated to giving funds to Muslim areas. You'll be obligated to including Muslim castes in the OBC. Right?
Then why is BJP
It's an
doing
obligation.
If
Muslim outreach?
polarization is okay, being communal is okay.
Pasmanda outreach, they said Sneha Yatra. You remember? Let me tell you a story from Bihar. BJP's minority morchas everywhere they don't know what to do. They have been 8-9 months, they have been working on the Pasmanda outreach. They were making headway. Then Prime Minister has started making these divisive statements again. And no Pasmanda wants to vote for BJP. They were ready to go with BJP. Prime Minister has spoiled the game over there.
Can we look at the last talking point this evening? There is a leader called Sukhpal Khera. He's a Congress leader. So much for this.
Used to be Aam Aadmi Party leader.
Used to be Aam Aadmi Party leader. Now in the Congress Party. Now let's look at what he has said.
Yeah.
Now he says that people from outside of Punjab, that is non-Punjabis, should stay out. He's drawn a line. He's very similar to a very similar mentality to what you saw in DK Suresh. DK Suresh is the brother of DK Shivakumar, who almost suggested that Southern India should be a separate country. Sukhpal Khera has said if any non-Punjabi wants to make a living in Punjab, they are most welcome. But if non-Punjabis want to settle on a permanent basis, then they need to fulfill the obligations and requirements of the act that will be formed in Punjab on the lines of Himachal Tenancy and Land Reforms Act 1972. What happened to Mohabbat Ki Dukaan? I mean, can you imagine if the Karnataka government were to say this, Abhishek? Karnataka is a melting pot today. Karnataka, you'll be shocked with the population of people from Bengal, people from Assam, people from every part of the country. Can you imagine if the Karnataka government or the BJP, assume, had to say that you can come work in Karnataka, but you cannot settle in Karnataka. Are you crazy? How can you say this in India?
Of course, Bhagwan Mann has condemned his statement.
But it's the Congress saying it. I'm surprised the Congress is saying
They're not in alliance in Punjab. No?
That's not the point. Point is, how can the Congress...
But he's wrong, right?
Of course he's wrong.
Third concession.
Of course
Abhishek Sudhir has been very
No, but I'll
reasonable.
tell you one thing. Let's not kid ourselves. Every state has this. In Ladakh, for example, that's the issue. Ladakhis are coming out in big numbers because Ladakh wants to be brought under this thing with 10th schedule of constitution. Ladakhis don't want outsiders. Kashmiris don't want outsiders. Now Punjabis don't want outsiders. Delhiites are saying, why are you giving Kanhaiya Kumar tickets? He's an outsider. I'm just saying every state. Are you telling me there is no North Indian sentiment in Karnataka? Come on, Niranjan. Of
Not
course
anymore.
Come on.
Not anymore.
Look at the
Not
signs.
anymore. There was a
the
time.
Kannada Vedike just 2 months back I did a debate.
Yeah,
where
but
they
that's
banned-
wrong, right? We say, I mean, I'm a Kannadiga, but I don't identify myself as just a Kannadiga. I'm an Indian first, and then I'm a Kannadiga, right?
See,
you can't say we shut the
happening
doors.
with mass migration. Let's take Orissa, which is voting right now.
But tell me,
people are migrating
tell
to
me,
other
all
states.
these people who want the Canadian visa,
Yeah.
right? And a majority, a good number of people in Punjab,
Yes,
right?
yes. It's the Canadian dream. Yeah.
Canadian dream. So how does it gel with this kind of position that while you are ready to go to Canada, you don't want anyone to come and settle in Punjab?
See, at the end of the day, the Congress has to show it's different from AAP in Punjab. And the campaign there has not been so vitriolic this time because of the alliance in Delhi and in Gujarat and Assam, where AAP and Congress are allied. So the Khera has to find some issue for his voter, something to resonate with his voter. And what is the best thing to do? Attack the outsider.
Maybe helps him locally, but
Every leader in India attacks the
does not
outsider.
help the Congress party nationally. On that note, Niranjan, just last quick point, because you mentioned the Godmen.
Yeah,
right?
the Godmen, yeah.
We can't forget Dhirendra Brahmachari. We can't forget Chandraswamy. Okay, Niranjan.
Thank you, Abhishek Sudhir, for joining us on 2024 Which Way today. I have to say, Abhishek, suddenly in the run-up to the last two phases, the election just got a little bit more interesting. A little bit more interesting.
Absolutely.
Counting days coming soon.
Maybe the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching Super Prime Time Max.